I mean, come on now. Let's not be hypocritical in our interpretation of the law now. Fascism comes in all forms, shapes, and sizes. And that's just another perfect example of how they're going to start implementing that. A natural herb, herbs and spices. Yeah, keep an eye on it, and you'll see it. You'll start seeing stories about it. But the good news here, we do have some good news here. 2 more states are taking a stand on the North American Union. This come out of the New American, March 23, 2008. Although it is more difficult to get state resolutions introduced and passed in even-numbered years, due to fewer states being in session and election year shortened schedules, the state legislature in Arizona, Idaho, Canada, Missouri, New Hampshire, Ohio, and Utah have been considering anti-NAU repeal NAFTA and anti-illegal immigration resolutions inspired by the John Birch Society this year. In late February, both Senate and State House of South Dakota passed an anti-NAU, anti-NAFTA superhighway resolution by votes of 24-9, 56-13 respectively. With Utah and South Dakota joining Idaho, Montana, and Oklahoma, this means 5 states have now passed anti-NAU resolutions in both houses during the 2007 and 2008 time period. The total states of introducing anti-NA resolutions has risen to 21 in these 2 years. Now, I want to talk about the John Birch Society because actually recently I've just been introduced to a few members of the local John Birch Society, and we're going to be working together and joining our forces to try to get our legislation here in New York to wake up to some of these horrors that are being done to us. And hopefully we'll be able to have a great effect. And what I want to do is I want to encourage everybody. If you know this is going on and you've researched it, your duty as an American is to do something about that. I mean, morally, as a human being. I mean, we're talking about global tyranny here. We're talking about total destruction, okay? And in some cases, genocide. Okay, this is the kind of things that take place through the UN, which is supposed to be our savior. And then they've built them up to where, yeah, the UN, man, they got the environmental movement over here controlled. They've got the other side controlled. And what I'm saying is the left-right is a false paradigm. Total enslavement. Well, I'm a liberal. Well, I'm a conservative. Well, I'm a Democrat. Well, I'm a Republican. Well, I'm a red state. See the division here? And it really doesn't matter because if you look at both sides, they're both controlled by the same globalists. It doesn't matter who they are. Whether you're a member of the Audubon Society or whatever. There's a few of them. My mind's drawing a blank here. And the environmental side or these global warming fear that they're running through the UN. I mean, think about it though. You say people like me who say that man-made global warming is not man-made. It's not man-made. Global emissions and global carbon taxes are not going to do anything to solve the problem. And you say, "Oh, well, you're crazy, man. You don't know what you're talking about because you've been seeing the spin everywhere, okay? And all this so-called truth is coming out of the UN. And think about what I said to you before. Who cares about you? And you know what? Individual basis, I probably couldn't stand most of you, but as an individual, I respect your freedoms and I want to protect your freedom. So, regardless of personalities here, I care about your future, your children's future, your grandchildren's future, and the future of this planet. Everybody on it. And you're going to continue to believe what the UN says? World government itself that does not care anything about you. I do not understand people. Think about it. You're putting weight on something that coming from people who don't give a damn about you, and laughing at people like myself who care about your future and care about you. I mean, that's pretty sick. And and if you know about what I'm saying and you've researched and it's true, it's your duty to start waking people up. And you know what? And who cares what people think of you? I don't care what people think of you because I know what time it is. And I'm going to be back in the second segment with a whole bunch of stuff covering the police state, total corruption and madness. I want to thank you for listening. The website's harrythomas.info, and we'll be back right after this.
Wake up to find out that you are the eyes of the world. The heart has its beaches, its homeland, and thoughts of its own. Wake now, discover that you are the song that the morning brings. Heart has its seasons, its evenings, and songs of its own.